And we are live. Welcome back to another episode of the Baseline Bums podcast. It's your host, Rob, aka B Ball Archives. And once again, I got the bum AJ up in the casa for the second time today. But now we are fresh off of a win versus the Mavs. And anytime we get a W in the I-35 rivalry, it is always a good day. Uh, I'm stoked. It was a lot to dislike about this game, but also some good things as well. But we were just talking about it. A really strong game from Wemby, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, man. I mean, when you come out shooting the way that he did, you're like, oh, this is 40-point Wemby game again. Well, let's make this happen. But sometimes you just kind of fall in love with that shot. So he shot it. He shot the nine three balls tonight. Got a little carried away. It's okay. I get it. But it was great start. Um, Actually, I was really happy with the way that we played just around the rim, but also I'm happy to see Harrison Barnes kind of wake up again too. Like I think that definitely helped us in some stretches.
Yeah, dude, that's a great point right there. HB had a couple of really good corner threes, was
Corner three.
looking like Mr. 100%. So I was really excited to see what he was bringing to the table tonight. And a lot of other good plays too. Like he had a really good uh he drew a really good charge on the baseline that kind of felt like it shifted the momentum late in the game. And there was some other good defensive moments where he wasn't really like great in the point of attack, but I felt like he was just really good help side as well. So yeah, really good game from Harrison Barnes. But dude, yeah, overall, the way that Wemby was shooting the ball going into the game, I mean, like, yeah, he shot the ball. He was 5 for 5 for beyond the arc to start the game. That's
Crazy.
yeah,
And
that's
the
that
first three were just like, oh no.
right. It was just like, yeah, it just felt like we were witnessing something that was about to ramp up into a huge special performance. But I mean, still, you're
Yeah, he
looking
still
at,
played great.
of course, yeah, you're looking at 29 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 blocks, and some of those blocks were just like soul crushing, like pinning Gafford into the glass late in
Oh
game, where
yeah.
it was like, we're just gonna shut off any chance you had of thinking a fourth quarter comeback was a reality. But yeah, just great play from Wemby. But I mean, we also saw, seven of our guys in double figures tonight. Castle off the bench. It sounds weird to say, but
But hey, it looked good. He
it,
came in and made a huge impact.
absolutely in limited minutes too. Eight
Yeah,
for 13 in 22 minutes. That's still rebounding well, still distributing well. And one of his turnovers was just, the clock ran out at the end of the game,
sure.
so technically that's a turnover. So like I'm still only viewing his couple of turnovers he had as really not that big a deal. And just really good play from everyone all around. And it's nice to see Dylan Harper back in the lineup as well, from his one game absence. Just really fantastic to see everyone kind of firing on all cylinders, even though I feel like this was a team that we should have blown out of the water, and we shouldn't have let it
Mhm.
get to this point.
I agree. 1000%. I mean, hey, Rob, let me know if you've heard this one before. The Spurs don't play very well in the third quarter. I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of what it comes down to. And, during that time, like you're looking up and you're going, wait, Najee Marshall has 20 points in the first half? Like, holy shit, like what's going on over here? And then Cooper Flagg was able to get to his spots too. I mean, I think we played good defense for him. He shot 27 times. So he's going to be able to put up as many shots as he wants right now. It's fun to see. And you know what, man? I like call me crazy. Call me crazy if you want to. I feel Cooper Flagg plays like the way we all thought LeBron was going to play his rookie year. Like he's able to get to the basket, get around people, like, but he's able to stop and shoot shots and finish, like, one, two, three, all levels. So I feel like he has that just like ability just to go out and do what he wants. You just got to be more efficient, and that comes with time.
Absolutely. I think there are a lot of similarities when you look at rookie Braun versus rookie Flagg. Uh, I think LeBron had more like downhill attacking the rim athleticism that he relied on, whereas Cooper Flagg is a little bit more polished in the mid range, which he was crucifying us with tonight.
He got to the
You,
bucket too.
dude, very consistently, but like I'm not gonna lie, that mid range was really frustrating me. He would get, Keldon on his back and then like pull up 12 feet, just was nailing it time and time again. So that's a shot where, he's gonna be able to get to that for the vast majority of his career. And,
For
you know, I
sure.
I was saying when he first got to the league that I don't know if Cooper Flagg would be able to be the number one on a really good team, and I'm starting to change my tune on that because I think that you can build a really great foundation around that kind of player.
Yeah, man. I mean, he plays very similar to Luca. So, I
But
mean,
but being a really good defender,
yes,
he
being a
he
very good defender at the same time. So
yeah.
you're absolutely right. But at the end of the day, dog, like I hate the Mavs. So I'm glad we beat them. I don't really care how we beat them sometimes, but I'm happy that we're able to get back-to-back wins against some division rivals. We have obviously some huge things going on. That Thunder game, dude, I'm gonna can I just get can we talk about Thunder game just for 1 second?
Well,
Or
hold
no,
on.
actually, no, let's continue talking about the Mavs game.
Yeah. We're not fully. I'm not fully done unpacking what we need to dive into with the Mavs. Because there were some really good things with our ball movement that I was seeing uh earlier on in the game that I thought we were just crucifying them with, and it wasn't about just 2, 3 passes and finding a decent shot and finding the
Right,
open shot.
right.
It was about how are we gonna find the wide ass open layup in the middle of the lane just right there, and it reminded me so much of, we've talked
Sure
about
did.
the 2014 beautiful game moments and so many things like that, and there was a couple of plays where it just led me to believe that this
We have
core
a
can
chance.
yes, this core can become that and create a brand of basketball that looks very similar to that, and uh I was pleased to see that moment tonight.
Yeah, all while being carried by your superstar who is having a fantastic game and drops 29 points and you score 135 overall. Like that's that's kind of what I expect and that's what I want to see. And when you play these teams, you have to have those kinds of games. And I know we had like we kind of left the door open just a little bit, but we did, for the betters out there, we did cover. I think the spread was 8 points, so we were able to cover that. But we gotta make those wins, and that's what you do against these teams down in the bottom of the West. But there's a lot to improve on. We know that that third quarter is horrendous. I have no idea what they need to do, what needs to change. I mean, if there's a way that how they watch The Town up in Boston, maybe like they need to watch some YouTube videos, maybe like one of those that are AI commentated by someone deep and thoughtful, and like just to kind of get you back in the game because I just can't figure out what we're doing at halftime.
Right. I think that we all just need to become Dylan Harper when he was hitting the smelling salts and just like zone out and just kind of like reset ourselves. But yeah, it just seems like we consistently play down to our competition, and
Right.
even on a night like tonight where there was just a lot of guys that the Mavs have not really been playing a lot. Like you saw some guys that were on two-way contracts that aren't getting a ton of minutes, and they were featured pretty heavily tonight. I mean, we even saw Dwight Powell out there for a couple of minutes, which is crazy. He barely gets any burn anymore. So it was kind of strange to see us kind of fall into that trap of playing down to our competition. So this was a very similar game to just a segue into the OKC
Yeah.
game last night. Like 9 guys against the Mavericks tonight, 8 against OKC last night. Just kind of weird games altogether. So when we segue into talking about that, what are some things that you thought about the OKC game yesterday?
It was weird, man. It seemed like their backs were against the wall and they were ready to fight. They played the way that we used to play when we would sit our players. And it's like, oh, yeah, the Spurs had sat, Tony and Manu and Tim, but they ended up beating the Lakers. Like that kind of thing. Like that's kind of what it felt like and it looked like yesterday. I mean, dude, that bench was so lonely. I mean, they could lay out, spread out, do whatever they want, but I mean, it was frustrating to watch, especially 4-point game midway through the fourth. We can't have that happen. We just can't have that happen. And I mean, what is it, man? Why do we play down to our competition? Was it just a discipline thing? Do we need that some kind of veteran like Chris Paul to whip us into shape? Like, I guess I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around a young team playing down to their competition. It's like bored ADD kids in third grade.
I think you just mentioned the answer right there. It's the mark of a young team that just doesn't really understand the weight of a lot of these regular season wins where it's like, you know, these easy wins could mean a home court advantage later on. It could mean an easier opponent in the first round and an easier path to the Western Conference Finals. It's like
Right.
you don't understand the gravity of these small little games and getting these easy wins and not putting yourself in a position where it's a 1-2 possession game against a team where you should be beating them by 30 because of how
Right.
you're executing. And on a night where there's no Shea, no Chet, no J-Dub, no Iahart, no Caruso, no Dort, no AJ Mitchell, it's like there's eight
Fiesta night,
right.
Fiesta court,
Yes, like there's 8 available players for OKC. We should be absolutely just roasting them when they have
100%.
Barnheiser shooting 15 shots. Like Barnheiser, what are we
Again,
doing?
and again, Rob, again, we've talked about this. We're going to talk about it probably till the end of his career. If there's somebody who's nowhere close to 7 foot on an NBA team, Wemby should just be having Shaq-like numbers for that entire game. There's no reason for him not to do that. Like, who was guarding him last night against the Thunder?
It was essentially J Will. Like it was a lot of like guard Wemby by committee because they didn't have a traditional center. And so a lot of those responsibilities fell onto J Will, who's about 6'8", 6'9". He's strong. I'll give him that. He's very strong, but at the same time, Wemby is shooting right over the top of him. Wemby is
Every
just
time.
little hook right over the top of him every single time. And yeah, there was really no size, no physicality, just some decent wing scoring from Wiggins, and that seemed to bother us quite a bit. Yeah,
We
like
got the win.
very
We
yeah.
got the win. I wasn't happy about it. It was frustrating, but we won by 10, so I guess that's a win. We don't play the Thunder anymore, but I thought that was kind of a chicken shit thing that they did, sitting all their players. I do think that is a thing that we started, but I still think that, I mean, they didn't even like get on the plane. At least our guys got on the plane, right? Maybe don't fact check me on
Well,
that.
well, and like we would at least play a couple of our guys. Like they didn't play
Anybody.
anybody, like not a single guy that was worth a damn. They had to
In
scrape
in
the
a
2
game in
ways.
February, we would do it in like April or like March. Like we
Right.
would be like very like, okay, hey, we got a playoff spot. We're gonna lock it up for just a couple games or like the last few games of the season. Like this is in the middle of February, and you sat everybody.
Right. This is pre All-Star break. Like you should be in the thick of still fighting for your like life in terms of are you a playoff team? You're not a playoff team. It's like, yeah, the fact that you're I don't know. I mean, I guess OKC, you do have the privilege of doing whatever the hell you want because you've been number one for so long. But
But
yeah,
what if we come out of the All-Star break, we go on this crazy run because it's the rodeo road trip, which I hate, but we go on this crazy run, we win out that half game that we the Thunder gave up to us, maybe we end up being the number 1. Wouldn't that be crazy? If those losses really bit them in the ass, if that was the case. So we'll see what happens in this long season. But I mean, I I'm frustrated. I get it, but like the whole team, dog, like the whole team.
yeah, yeah, the literally the whole team, like like, that's why I was straight up like, "We don't even need to do a post-game episode about it," so we weren't even live after the game yesterday
Yeah,
because this was essentially like a practice. I was like, "If there's no Shea or Chet, J-Dub, iHeart, like, if there's no, Caruso or Dort, if there's none of those guys, then it doesn't give us a realistic look at what we're going to be looking at in the future or what a playoff situation is going to look like. So it's like it really doesn't do anybody any good other than all right, cool. We're going to see what these funky lineups look like, and we're going to get some extra practice.
dude, and to do that on ESPN.
Bonkers.
Yeah, man, that's the second game of a back to back on ESPN, and you didn't play anybody. Like, and that was also off the heels of a game that went to double overtime. So you take you so TV in TV world, right? You have a game that goes from double overtime into a game that's the Spurs versus Thunder, which is your headliner in terms of these two, number 1, number 2 in the West, big rivalry, Chet versus Wemby, SGA is a douche, all this whole thing. Like, that's what you kind of sell the matchup as. And then you just don't hold up your end of the bargain. Like, that's just ridiculous, man. Like, I think it's crazy. I'm sure ESPN's pissed. Thunder are definitely going to get fined. Now, how much? Who knows? But I'm sure Adam Silver has a lot of questions to be answered from his execs from the ESPN worlds or the Mickey Mouses, if you will.
But you know what? Fuck ESPN because
Yeah, I agree.
they don't love basketball. The way they cover the sport, the way they discuss it, they really just don't love the game. Like and you feel the difference when you see a game, on TNT or a game just literally anywhere else. Even like you're watching something on FanDuel and you just feel the broadcast and the actual attention to the detail isn't about like the shock value or like graphics flying at you.
Right.
It just feels like they care about the actual game of it all a little bit more, and I appreciate that.
Dude, I'm going to be a very, very sad individual when I see the news that Sean Elliott's going to retire. I don't even want to think about it. I'll be so sad. Like, because dude, that's the voice of the Spurs for me, man. Sean Elliott, voice of the Spurs. Like, that's what I think of, and I will not be a very happy camper. But I wouldn't hate bringing back like a Danny Green or a Patty Mills if he's into it to fill that void. I think you need to have like one of those like Borvita kind of Spurs as your
Yeah.
announcer. So I think that would be really cool to see. I mean, I would love to get Dad. I would love to get Patty Mills back. I just love that guy, and I think he should be on an NBA roster right now as a veteran. But he's the manager of the Hawaii basketball team, so I guess you have to live in Hawaii.
Right. Yeah, yeah, it's tough. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. But yeah, there was a yeah, I wouldn't mind somebody like a Danny Green, somebody that had a good Spurs tenure here to come in and be the announcer after Sean packs it all up. But the game tonight was the 4,000th game in Spurs history.
Oh wow.
and there was something that Sean had said on the broadcast about like him being around for the 5,000th game, and he was like, "Wait a minute, I don't want to think that far in advance." And then it made me think of what you just said. It's like, yeah, I want to appreciate Sean while he's here and while he's, talking and, loving the Spurs and, because, seeing Coach Pop the way he is, it almost brings tears to my eyes that,
Yeah,
we're seeing our heroes kind of get a little older and, kind of age a little bit. But hey, JTTX, bring back Patty Thrills. Yeah, Patty Thrills.
man, we love Patty. Patty's my
Yes,
favorite.
we love Patty Mills.
We love Patty Melts. What?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. When you saw Wemby's grandma attending the game with his dad, you knew he was going to go off. That sounds accurate. Yeah, that's probably why he was like, you know what, this three ball is about to be wet tonight. That makes sense.
Well, overall, I mean, I think we definitely needed to see a Harrison Barnes game like that just to give us a little more confidence. So Steph Castle coming off the bench, that's I wonder if that's going to be a just a tonight thing or like a thing going forward.
I think it was more just like us playing into his minutes restriction and just being like, hey, we would rather start the game a different way and then have you finish the game. And so I think it was just kind of a strategic move more so than, hey, we were like moving forward, we're gonna kind of aim to bring you off the bench. I think he's always gonna start, in my
It's not
opinion, at least.
it's not how you start, it's how you finish, is what I was told.
Absolutely. But that's like, I mean, that's basketball in a nutshell, and that's
Yeah.
like what I would always tell people about Manu. It's,
Yeah.
he was in the game when it mattered the most, and that is not when it starts.
Yeah. He was the one that was blocking James Harden at like what, 40 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
He
Manu.
said, Mudthorn asks, why did Steph come off the bench? Well, we were just kind of diving into it. Mitch kind of felt like it was a little bit strategic. He's still on a minutes restriction, coming from off that adductor strain. So he is essentially, we wanted to play him at the end of the game when it mattered the most. And we kind of limited minutes in the first half. So that's kind of what ended up happening because he only ended up playing 22 minutes.
He didn't have to do much.
Yeah,
But, I
didn't
mean,
have to.
that's what happens. See what happens when Harrison Barnes plays ball like that. Like all these things kind of just fall into place, and we score 135 points. Like, I really think like just I would love to see the stats of when Harrison Barnes has like 16 or more points. How many games the Spurs win? I would imagine it's more times than not.
Absolutely, and that's a great point right there because he played a team high minutes tonight. He played 34 minutes alongside with Wemby tonight. That's incredible because there was nights where he would shoot, 0 for 6, 0 for 7, and
Right.
then all of a sudden we can barely stand to have him out there for 20 minutes because he's just crippling our spacing to a degree that is just stagnating our offense. And yeah, I agree. It's nice to see HB bounce back because I want to call him Mr. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever he's making his shots, I'm like, yeah, 100. There we go. Let's
Yeah.
go.
It's fun, but it's also kind of annoying whenever he's just had a string of terrible games and then Sean's like Mr. 100% and I'm like, "Well, hold on a second. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet." Yeah, but yeah, a lot to like about the game tonight. Some head scratching stuff, but ultimately, anytime you can get a win against a Texas rival,
A
that's what
derby.
we want to see.
And
Uh,
have you noticed that Wemby gets really up for these Texas games? Like Mavs and Houston, he really gets up for them. I think it's just kind of his European in him. Like He's like, oh, the Texas Derby, like that's in his head. He's like, yeah, let's do this. And then he just kind of gets up for them. I would love for this to become like one of those like just super heated rivalries again. Mavs, Houston, us. Like if we can all simultaneously just hate each other the way that I know that we can, I think that would be great.
Absolutely.
Be great for
Yeah,
the
that
sport.
well, it would create that sort of geographical rivalry. I think like the closer you are in proximity, I don't know, the more you share culture, the more you're willing to fight from a sports perspective. I think that there's something there. I but
The winner gets Austin.
no, honestly, Austin would buy those cities straight up. um, but yeah, I yes, Stokes, I agree. Yeah, they did show this stat tonight.
There you
Spurs
go.
undefeated when HB scores 15 plus. Uh, absolutely.
I had to
Whenever
watch this stupid ass Mavs one. I barely got to do it. It's just a pain in the ass. But you know what
I'm
also is a pain in
sorry.
the ass, Rob?
What's up?
Whenever you have a player that goes from the Spurs to the Mavs, from the Mavs to the Spurs, do you want to blind rank some Spurs Mavs players?
I would love to blind rank some Spurs Mavs players.
Yeah. All right. So I think you're gonna know most of these. I was trying to find some deep cuts, and like some of them, I'm like, I'm not sure if that's 100%, but I'm just gonna go with the ones that I remember that are definitely like, yeah, I know for a fact. But we can go to the deep cuts after this. But
All right.
we're gonna start with your first one. Blind rank these Spurs Mavs players. They wore uniforms for both teams at one point in their career. Let's start. Michael Finley.
I knew Michael Finley was going to be on this list.
Oh
I think
no, not Michael Finley.
hmm. Michael Finley. I'm going to put Michael Finley. I'm going to put Michael Finley number 2.
Number two. It's a good one.
I like Michael Finley.
Avery Johnson.
I'm going to put him at 3.
That
I'm
was
going
a
to put him
tough
at
one.
I'm going to put him at 3. I have so much love for Avery Johnson. Not only, I mean, I went to his camp multiple years. I love this guy. But it's he just went to coach the Mavs as well,
Dude, and then we retired his number. I'm like, what's happening?
and so to
In
me,
soccer terms, that would be like if City retired Rooney's number. Like, you just don't do that. Anyway, so you
so
got all right, Avery at 3,
Finley at 2.
Boban.
Oh gosh, I just love
You want
Boban.
chicken? You want chicken?
Man, I love Boban, but he just wasn't around long enough for me to truly like care about him on that level. So I'm gonna put him at 5.
Remember when he first came to the league and we were like, who the hell is oh my god?
But then he like you saw him move, and then you were like, okay, you're not like this big clunky guy. You actually have like a pretty mobile body for how big you are.
Yeah, you just can't play heavy minutes.
No, yeah, oh no. But if you got 16, 17 minutes a game, great
Dude,
role for him.
him and Wemby together would have been fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
That would have been a fun name that someone could come up with. Like Wembaunovich. All right. Finley at 2, Avery at 3, Boban at 5. Let's go. Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson. Oh man. I'll put Stack Jack at 4. And I've just got my one spot, and whoever you say is my 1.
Dennis Rodman.
Yes. Yes, I love it. People forget he was a Mav.
Do you know what's hilarious about the only thing I remember about Dennis Rodman, and this is my NBA fact for whatever reason that I just it sticks in your head. Dennis Rodman is the reason why the number 69 is banned in the NBA. Because whenever he was wanting to be the Mavs, go to the Mavs, he wanted 69, and David Stern was like, no, dude, you can't have 69. And so when he played for the Mavs, he was 70.
Oh
Dude,
my goodness.
what a wild person he is. He's like the only guy that's like, yeah, man, do you want to go to North Korea?
Yeah, I couldn't begin to fathom what's going on upstairs for a guy like Dennis Rodman, but like when he was with us, just I mean, he's the best rebounder in NBA history. There's no two ways about it. Like
Yeah.
there's only two people, or I guess three people in NBA history that have led defensive percentage and offensive percentage when it comes to rebounding, and he did it 5 years in a row. And it's just like yeah, it's just insane.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, and it's all effort. He just put in that work. But hey, you know what? I'm okay with having the worm at the top of my list.
And if you guys haven't watched that video Rob did about Dennis Rodman and David Robinson, check that out on our YouTube page. Really good shit.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's called, yeah, Dennis and David. Absolutely. But yeah, that's a solid breakdown.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you completely forgot about Rodman with the Mavs. Dude, a lot of people did just sneakily right at the end of his career.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely had to bring up Finley as well. A lot of good Spurs Mavs crossover players, but dude, yeah, that was a solid blind rank, my dude.
The Avery one still hurts me.
Dude, it does. Dude, and that's a childhood cut for me, dude. I
Of course.
loved his camps. He was one of the guys that actually gave me some confidence growing up because
Of
he
course.
he remembered me from a previous year and was like, "Hey, you actually got a lot better." And I was like, "Dude, I appreciate you seeing that I'm cooking these kids out here."
He was like, "You got next or what?"
I'm like, "Yeah, like am I about to hit a teardrop floater on you, Avery? I'm about to make you my little general." Boom. Oh my
That's
goodness. But
funny.
yes, that's guys, yes, I thoroughly enjoyed breaking down the Spurs Mavs game earlier, and a little bit of the Spurs Thunder game from yesterday, and that was a really solid blind rank because anytime we can talk some Spurs Mavs players and it's right after a Spurs victory over the Mavs, I'm stoked
W.
about it. I'm stoked about it. Uh but guys, if you're still here listening to this episode, we appreciate you. We love you. We not only love you, but we love you hard over here. All this is brought to you by Love You Hard TV and the wonderful people over at the In the Building podcast. Mike, Rudy, Jose. If you're not following In the Building, make sure you're going over there and following them as well. We love getting on here talking Spurs hoops, and like we said, especially after a win against the Mavs. But
W.
you know, it would not be the same without you being here. Whether you're watching the lives on YouTube, you're watching the clips on TikTok or Instagram, Apple Podcasts, you're following along on the Twitter, all of our good social media stuff we got going on. We really, really appreciate you being there for all of it because, guys, you make this community what it is. I say it every single episode. I love getting on here and talking Spurs basketball, but it would not be the same without you bums. It would not be the same without you guys. Like, you guys make this fun. You guys make this enjoyable. All the comments, the likes, the shares, all that stuff. It is fantastic because we just want to keep building a larger fan base of just Spurs loyals that just really want to make this, a fun community to be in. So, really appreciate you guys for being that.
And if you haven't seen it yet, check out our video we did earlier today where we kind of do the little breakdown on all the trades. Not all the trades. There's way too many to get to, but you get to hear kind of our thoughts on things like that. We even get a little bit into Jeremy Sohan on the Spurs. So check that out. Watch that video. It's probably about an hour long, but we get into it. We jump around. So hopefully you can follow it. Just, try to follow the path of our brains because sometimes we get lost too.
Well, there was just so many trades. There was so many
Yeah,
trades,
it's hard.
so it was
It's hard
like,
to keep track.
yeah, it's easy to bounce back and forth, but it's that was the trade. That was the trade deadline pandemonium. It was chaos, and some of the episode was as well, but in a fun way. But yeah, good shout out, my bud. Um, so that being said, we're going to end this episode the same way we end all episodes. Hold on a second. I just got an update that said AD to wear number 23 for the Wizards. The last Wizard to wear 23 was MJ.
Sure.
What is happening here?
Go Spurs, go.
What is happening here, AJ? What is happening here? I am just so confused about what's happening in Washington, and all of a sudden I have AD cosplaying as MJ. What are we doing here?
MJ's
All
probably
right.
played more games than AD will if we're in the Wizard jersey. That's
Seriously,
crazy part.
I could see MJ at least playing 30.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Okay. My bad. I just saw that and I had to bring that up real quick because that was just pure wildness. But okay, we're gonna end this episode the same way we end all episodes, and that's with a go Spurs, a go.
Bring back the Silver Dancers.
Bring back this